Hey there.
Hello. You had mentioned being in LA and getting to attend the recording sessions on Transformers Prime. But on Beast Machines, you were sort of separate from that. When you attended the recording sessions in LA, did you have any input on things that were being recorded? And if so, looking back at Beast Machines, is there anything you would have liked to see done differently in the delivery of the lines?
Yeah, the way it works in the booth is you have the actors. They're on one side of the glass. On the other side, you have the director, the voice director, the director who is directing the actors. But you also have the director for the series itself. Of course, who's in charge of, he's the head storyboard artist. He's in charge of all the visuals. It's two different jobs, two different people. And you also have the story editor, who is the head writer for the series. And they have, pretty much the bottom line, they have the most important say in, any given recording session because they know what the story is. So it's the story editor's room. I wasn't the story editor on Transformers Prime, so I had, I was watching the actors, I was listening, and there was nothing in the episode, and there was nothing that was going on in the recording session that required my, saying, okay, that's not right, that's completely subverts the scene or whatever. So, it was Dwayne's show, Dwayne Capizzi, and he was there, and he just basically, kept an eye on everything and made everything right. In general, when I'm the story editor, I'm there making sure that, again, that things are flowing smoothly and that the intent of the story just moves forward. And there are often times where a line, it just doesn't work. Either a line reading is bad or the line itself is bad. And if the line reading is bad, you give them a note and an adjustment and say, okay, if you take it this way, it'll work better. And there's a wonderful magical thing that happens when you hit a line that's not good. If you write a joke or if you write just a line falls flat. So it's like, okay, we got to fix this. So you kind of step back and say, okay, what if you do this? And then the actors behind the glass, I'll get this kind of panic look on their eyes. Like, oh my God, what have we done? And that's when you tell, Sue Blue is the director on a lot of these shows. I'm like, okay, Sue, tell them it's not them, it's us. We gave them a bad line, we're going to fix it. And then you sit down and haggle and figure out the line and then, you go ahead. As far as changes I would have made in Beast Machines, it's just a matter of inflection. I mean, Sue Blue was in charge of the series. She was the voice director, and you cannot do any better than Sue Blue. She's been doing this forever. She was RC in the original series. I mean, she knows this universe, and she's like the best director I've ever worked with. Also, really, really sweet person. She's wonderful. But if you're in the room, there are little inflections that you can hear that you can make a suggestion and alter it, and the tone becomes a little different. There's an episode during that last 3-episode arc where Optimus is surrounded by the Viacons, and Megatron is there. Megatron wants to steal the Sparks back. And Optimus in the episode is like, "You want the Sparks, Megatron? Come and get them." And what I wanted for the line was, "You want the Sparks, Megatron? Come and get them." Which I thought would have been kind of cooler, funnier. You want to undersell it, but I wasn't there for that, and so the line, was played dramatically. It was played straight ahead as opposed to sideways and ironically. And I think that it would have played better the other way. But it didn't hurt the line. It didn't hurt the episode. It was just one of those things where had I been a little bit more specific in the script, it would have turned out that way. Something like that happened in Godzilla too. And this is one of the examples of why you want to be in the room. There was a line in an early episode where a villain gets taken away in handcuffs. And what he says to the hero is, the line is, "I'll be back, Nick, you can count on it." And so the actor was like, he's in handcuffs. He's like, "I'll be back, Nick, you can count on it." It's like, I'm kind of sell it. "I'll be back, Nick, you can count on it." It was okay. And I go, have him say it as sweetly as possible. And he goes, I'll be back, Nick. You can count on it. And then it became kind of chilling. It just was a much better line, and it sold the character that much better. And that was something that happened because we were in the room and just said, okay, there's got to be a better way to sell this. So it's always beneficial to have the writers, always beneficial to have the story editors in the recording sessions. Marty and I were there for the very first episode of Beast Machines. He went up for another episode a few months later or weeks later, I don't remember, but he went up by himself. And then there was one time when, I think it was the beginning of season 2, when I went up by myself and sat in the sessions, and they were all really good. They were fun. I don't remember doing anything specifically to change anything. I mean, the actors kind of know this world, and Sue kind of knows this world. And there were no problems in the script that needed to be solved. So, it's just kind of like just chilling, watching the actors, and just enjoying the recording sessions. Yeah. But
Thank you.
I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks so much.